I will never use a filter, but I will absolutely take advantage of good lighting. Here's what comes up for me in a big way today. Um, Allowing relationships to grow. So my marriage, that was good for a long time. I have to say, I married the love of my life at the time, and my son was conceived in deep, deep love. And I really look upon a lot of those years. Were they in shadow? Yes, they were. But we really loved each other the best way we knew how. And, but, and the way, the only way I knew at the time to keep that union complete is to keep it the same, is to cast us in these roles and not let anything change. Not him, not me, not the union. It must stay this way. And so I would do everything I could to keep it the way that it was. Now, of course, we're growing and changing. We've been together for 10 years and 15 years. And then finally, at 25 years, the myth fell apart because I had artificially imposed this story that we were living. But at that point, it was such a fable. And so I had a lot of rebuilding to do because I had been living this complete fabrication for so long, and I was the main facilitator of that fabrication because it kept me safe, right? Kept me loved, kept me part of a union. And so now I really focus on, yes, my intimate relationships, but allowing all of my relationships, especially for people that are close to me, to evolve and grow. And that's really fucking scary. Because you know what can happen is you can naturally grow apart. And so my instinct is, no. Let's go back to where we were. Let's go back to where we had that first flare of friendship or that first attraction or that first, right? And what comes with a growing relationship is a real deep trust, real deeper knowledge of each other. So there's so many rewards, but inevitably you also lose that first telling of the stories. Right? You learn about each other, and there's real beauty and comfort in that. But you also don't want to stay stagnant, because if you stay stagnant, you're telling a story. Because as people, we change. So this morning, I came to the realization and the understanding of how much changing and possibly growing apart from the people I love, and I already have changed in some of those relationships quite a bit, is at my deepest root a fear, is at my deepest root the risk. I could lose them. Is that something that leads to something amazing? Absolutely, it could be. Can you heal from that? Of course. But my training wants me, I feel it pulling on me to hit the rewind button or to hit the stamp of putting a story button. So that's what I'm sitting with today. So here's what I ask you today. In your relationships, your friendships, your intimate relationships, are they evolving? Or are you living an old set of rules? A therapist of mine that I had a long time ago told me that every anniversary, she and her husband kind of renegotiate their contract with love. And I kind of love that idea that you're renegotiating because hopefully each of you have grown and changed. And what might have worked in the relationship before maybe doesn't work now. Your specific personal goals, what you're aiming for, what your targets are. And I love the idea of having a revisit to the promises you made each other and making adjustments along the way. That is how a healthy relationship evolves and gets to a new place. Or parts. So again, my question is, the relationships you're in, are they staying still, which means there's something artificial there, because I believe that in relationship, you're either moving together or you're moving apart. So if you're moving apart, just know that that's what's going on. And that doesn't mean you can't come back together, by the way, either. That can be a flexible, fluid thing. But where are you in them? Take a little stock today. That's the question I ask you, because that is for sure what came up for me today. And I will see you tomorrow.